Hello everyone. In the world of wildlife, animals have to fight among themselves every day for territory, for food, for females. There can be many reasons for a fight. Today, we will see the most exciting animal battles that we managed to capture on camera. But first, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click on the bell so that you don't miss anything. In the Himalayas, you can often see fights between mountain goats. They butt each other with their horns in the fight for females. But usually such fights do not lead to serious injuries. But who they really should be afraid of is the snow leopard. These animals often lie in wait for goats and attack as soon as the horned ones lose their vigilance. In these frames, you can see how a female snow leopard hunts for a young goat left unattended, but he jumps into the water and swims away. Did you know that goats are great swimmers? Snow leopards often attack cubs and larger animals, such as yaks. But if an adult female notices this, then the leopard will definitely not be well. A small iguana found itself in a territory that is literally teeming with snakes. Will she be able to survive? For some reason, the reptile stands motionless and just watches as the snake gets closer and closer to it. But as soon as she touched the lizard's tail, it ran so fast that it seemed the snake could not keep up with her. However, a whole group of snakes began to hunt for the iguana. One of them caught a lizard and wrapped her rings around it. It seems that the iguana is doomed, but it wasn't there. The lizard managed to escape. Look how deftly she jumps up and escapes from the snakes. Hippos are big bullies. If there is a stranger on their territory, they will never remain indifferent to this, even if the elephant himself comes to visit them. Of course, elephants are much larger than hippos, but this has never stopped them. Moreover, there are many hippos, but only one elephant. The most pugnacious hippopotamus tries to grab the elephant by the tail. The giant at first just waved him off, but the impudent man did not let up. Then the elephant kicked him. Only then did the behemoth realize that he had attacked the wrong one. Goats and sheep often find out the relationship between each other. To do this, they do not need to look for a special reason. They just like to fight, but their fights don't look like friendly fights at all. These animals are very temperamental, and if they come together in a fight, it will not be easy to separate them. However, these battles usually do not lead to serious consequences. Goats just don't feed bread. Let me explain the relationship with someone. Moreover, they rarely soberly assess their strength and are not able to predict the consequences of their bullying behavior. This little kid definitely has nothing to do. He decided to pick a fight with a yard dog. At first, he tried to ignore the boy, no matter what the child was amused with, but the kid did not let up and began to seriously Nevertheless, the wise dog did not succumb to provocations. And that's right. Why waste energy and nerves on all sorts of goats? Few people know, but penguins are one of the best fathers of the animal world. They even help the females hatch eggs. Moreover, the penguin's stomach produces a special juice that resembles mother's milk and feeds them to the chick. But the father also takes over the protection of the offspring. In these frames, you can see how the little penguin was attacked by a petrel. But be calm, Dad will not let anyone offend his baby. He bravely rushes at the bird of prey and takes his cub from her. This daddy penguin definitely deserves a lot of likes. Eagles are so dangerous birds that they hunt not only small defenseless chicks, but also the cubs of predatory animals. In these frames, you can see how a huge eagle managed to kidnap a cheetah cub, but the baby's mom will not just watch as a bird of prey takes her baby away. She gives chase. The eagle sat down on a tree branch, as it was difficult for him to fly far with such a heavy burden. There he was overtaken by his mother cheetah. The eagle released its prey, and the baby flew down, but, like all cats, landed on its paws and survived. Lions risk attacking an elephant only if they are very, very, very hungry, and even then, it rarely leads to something good for predators. In these frames, you can see how the lioness attacked the baby elephant. But this kid is not going to become anyone's lunch at all. The lioness's strategy is simple and clear. She tries to tire the baby elephant and waits for him to fall exhausted and not be able to resist anymore. But the elephant turned out to be much stronger and hardier than the predator thought. In addition, he blows his trunk, which means that adults will soon hear him and come to the rescue, so it's better for the lionesses to get out of here as soon as possible. Who will win the fight between an octopus and a shark? Which is cooler, a lot of legs or a lot of sharp teeth? It seems the answer is obvious, but it's not that simple. It all depends on the size of these marine life. Small octopuses often become prey to sharks, but predators also sometimes turn out to be victims. Giant octopuses wrap their tentacles around small sharks and strangle them. It is surprising, but in Europe, the level of tolerance has reached such a high level that even foxes and badgers do not conflict because of the differences between them. They can often even share one burrow for two and bring each other food. But in America, these animals do not behave so tolerant. There are often fights between them. Both species show aggression towards each other, the reason for which is quite difficult to explain. Either the climate affects them so much or magnetic storms. Do you have an explanation why American foxes and badgers are much more aggressive than European ones? Please write in the comments. It seems that in a fight between a dog and a pelican, the first one will definitely win. But what if there are 100 birds and only one dog? It won't affect much. Pelicans aren't brave enough to stand up to a dog. The most this pack is capable of is distracting the dog from eating fish. She has to interrupt her lunch all the time to disperse the cheeky birds. What do you think turtles eat? Worms and algae? It turns out not only they are not averse to eating pigeon meat, but will this slow-moving creature be able to catch a bird that can easily fly into the sky? As you can see, nothing is impossible. It turns out that turtles can be very agile hunters. It has long been known that magpies are thieves, but it turns out that they steal not only shiny things, but also food from other animals. For example, in rats, the bird pulls the rat by the tail and tries in every way to make it throw its prey, but it does not give up until the last. And yet, the advantage in size made itself felt. The rat was left without lunch. The crocodile wanted to drag away the baby warthogs, but the elders intervened in time and did not allow him to carry out his insidious plan. The crocodile only chattered his teeth in vain. And here's another asshole who takes on too much. It seems that these animals are not able to adequately assess their strength and size at all. This time, he decided to fight a K. This battle, perhaps, can be called the funniest of all that we have seen today. Zebras seem very cute, but in fact, they are much more aggressive than ordinary horses. Even fights within the species are usually very violent, and if they have to fight with a larger opponent, they will fight with full dedication. Sometimes they attack for no apparent reason. Look, the wildebeest was just standing behind, but the zebra suddenly kicked her in the face with a hoof, and the animal fell to the ground. Snakes quite often become prey to eagles. As a bird, the main thing is to have time to grab the snake in your tenacious paws, and then the matter remains for a small one. Cats are unpredictable animals. Among them, sometimes there are such specimens that are even afraid of mice. But this cat wasn't even scared of an alligator. Look how he beat him with one paw. The alligator is shocked himself. It looks like he realized that this cat is not to be trifled with. A video appeared on the web of how two unusual pets, an anteater and a kangaroo, decided to find out which of them has the right to sit on the owner's sofa. It looks like the kangaroo was scared of one kind of anteater. To be honest, I'd be scared too. This animal looks really threatening. Owls are birds of prey, and many people are afraid of them, especially when they appear unexpectedly at night. If you are also afraid of software, just get a cat. Rest assured, he can definitely protect you from this feathered creature. Lions very often hunt different types of monkeys, but they usually do not risk fighting a gorilla. Male gorillas usually do not attack first, but if they are upset, the lion will not be well.